Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Today, we're going to talk about rocks. This is one I've wanted to do for a while. Just haven't had the ability or the time to do it. But we're going to do a couple different things. We're going to look at some rocks just visually from Michigan, or some are from other places, but just really freaking cool. And then we're gonna grab the microscope, the electric microscope, and we're gonna look a little closer and see some of the structures and stuff, especially in some of these things, like these fossilized ones that I got on my most recent trip, um, or this different coral like structures with a little stuff in there. Big fan of rocks. I really enjoy rocks. So let's say hello to everybody and we'll get right into it. We have the wonderful dog mama. Hello. Dazzer. What's up, buddy? Uh, yeah, I was trying to. Apparently, I can't run the microscope and camera at the same time. So uh, I was hoping to be able to go back and forth, but we'll kind of go through them all and then go back through them all. So you know it. You know it. I hope Mrs. Overlord's doing okay, buddy. Best wishes, and I hope that gets sorted out pretty quickly. We're thinking about you, bud. What's up, Amazing Disgrace? I think they're cool. Uh, hey, Shenny. Good to see you. So, I was going to start with an article to kind of get us orientated with the kind of things that we have here. Michigan obviously is surrounded on all sides by lakes, and that gives us access to some very interesting uh, types of minerals and different rock structures. So this is just a couple of it, or a couple of the rocks. So we have the Isle Royal Greenstone, or chlorostolite. That is a Petoskey stone, and we'll get to that in just a moment here. And I actually have one here too. So that's our state stone. A lot of things behind that. So this is from Isle Royal. It's a national park way up north by Canada. Uh, so just a pretty stone. They come in really small, but they have this bright green tinge to them. I do not have any of these. So this is the one you were asking about. This is the Petoskey stone, or Hexagonia per Carintanata. Carintanata. So this is an unpolished Petoskey stone right here. Um, and we'll read about it a little bit more, but the structure looks really cool when we're looking at it up close. Uh, so you find these in Petoskey, Michigan. I'll show you. Oops. Oh shit! I shared the host. The host. Damn it. Okay. Let me just a moment here. I shared the wrong tab. Oh, I have to do this, and I'm going to use MapQuest because Google pins all my shit, so you can see where I live and all that stuff. We don't want that. Okay, so this is Michigan. This is the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Yes, I have some gold. Um, so this is Upper Peninsula of Michigan up here. This is where you find the Petoskey stones. Petoskey is. Come on. it's a small city. It's not huge. Manistique, Frankfurt, Leland, Suts Bay, Charlevoix, Petoskey. So that's right. This is Petoskey, this little bay. And that's this whole area. You can find Petoskey stones. You can even find some over in this area here, on the upper peninsula. So, cool stuff. So Michigan's official stone is the Petoskey stone, which is both rock and fossil. Its trademark hexagonal geometric vein pattern hints at its origin as fossilized coral dating back over 300 million years ago. In the Devonian area, Michigan waters were close to the equator. Its warm waters were ideal for marine life like the Hexagonia pericana coral. It was a coral colony. Each individual hexagon in the pattern represents a single organism or a polyp, and the circle in the center of the function as the organism's mouth. They fed on prehistoric plankton, which predated even the dinosaurs. As a stone, the coral colony exoskeleton is calcium carbonate, broken and tumbled smooth through the water. Millions of years after their lifespan, about 2 million years ago, glacial activity scattered these fossils across the Great Lakes area. Since Michigan area was settled, the Petoskey stone has been a souvenir, but many people don't realize how ancient they really are. They're easier to see when wet, and I can show you. So let's make this big. So there's focus. There's a dry Petoskey stone, and there's a wet Petoskey stone. So you can tell. And yes, I just licked the rock. That's how you figure out when you're out there. If you found one, you just lick the rock. But you can see all those little individual coral structures in the stone. So it's pretty. It's a really pretty rock. As they are harvested more and more, the quality of them gets less and less. And you can notice that from a Tempest Veritas. And what's up, Tweety? So you're starting to see the less high quality ones, more that look like this than a lot of the pictures you see. So this is the Charlevoix stone, and it's next to a Petoskey stone. Pretty much the same thing. I don't have one of these either. Yep. Yes, we do. We hunt for rocks of all kinds. Really like them. So Leland blue, that's what a lot of Michigan jewelry is made out of. It's almost like a turquoise, but not quite. Pretty rocks. These ones are really, really cool. Oh shit, I'm not showing it. There we go. Sorry. So this is kind of a scaly pattern, so just smaller organisms, but still the same thing, kind of a fossilized rock. Here's the Leland blue or UP gold, Uper gold. Very pretty rocks when polished up. Can never tell which ones are just plain rocks. Yeah, some of them are just plain rocks, but they still look really cool. So these ones are really neat, and unfortunately, I don't have one. So the only time you can find them is at night with a specific wavelength of light. They're called Uper lights, and they're the sodalite sanite. They have these little specks that interact with the wavelengths. So if you have, I think it's 325 nanometers Um, it's a soda light combination that this glows. Um, so it's a very specific. There are other ones that like feldspars that grow bleh, glow green that you can find in like New Jersey area, but these particular ones they put off a very bright orange. Um, Next time we go up, we plan to go midnight rock hunting and find some of these bad boys. We might, I mean, realistically, we probably already have one because we have a bunch of rocks from up there. These are fairly new on the on a kind of rock scene, from my opinion. um, and I don't know what many of these rocks are either. Um, I just like collecting them; they're fun. Uh, but so these are Lake Superior agates. They look very nice shined up like this, and they basically just have circles, different circles or different rings through them. We actually have a couple of those. I don't know where they're at, but and then pudding stone. So this is just stones that kind of came together. They make a really pretty cross section or a bunch of stuff. I believe we have some of those. And so that's kind of a crash course on the good Michigan rocks. So underground rock scene. Yep. Um so go get into some of them and some of them that aren't specifically. I'll differentiate which ones are specifically Michigan and not. So uh as I said, Petoskey Stone, pretty rock. Um it's a Michigander thing. But so you can see those hexagonal rings pretty well. Uh, Oops. I just screwed up Rumble. I think. This one is one of those ones. This one I think we got in the Southwest. Don't remember what the hell it is, but it's pretty. And it's blue. It's very blue. This one came from Alaska. So again, just a lot of different stuff in there. But again, a really pretty rock. So hexagonal. That's what I said. Hexagonal. Here's a copper coin because I didn't want to take our float copper off the wall and piss off my wife. Um, so Michigan's very famous for copper, particularly in a place called Copper Harbor. And actually, I'll show that off on the map too. So, so again, here we are. Here's Michigan, lovely Michigan. Copper Harbor is way up here by where it says Lake Superior. There's not much up there, but this whole kind of peninsula has a pretty good deal of copper, all the way down to even into the Houghton Hancock area, that kind of general area. So that's Michigan's copper, uh, kind of copper center. And then if we go down into this area here, pretty much this green forestal area, uh, there's a place called Iron Mountain, and uh, there's a lot of iron ore that's mined there too. And I have some of that I'll show too. Um, and this is Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Any fault lines nearby? We actually don't have any. We never have any earthquakes or anything like that. No big fault lines, nothing like that. So I think that there was a lot more activity uh, when everything was kind of getting set around. But so this is one that we purchased. Uh, Another fossilized rock. They're pretty. I know. I don't like touching stuff. This is gold and little teeny sample, so you can see it on a microscope. Actually, when you're in Alaska, last time we panned for gold, and it was a lot of fun. And here's a little piece of diamond. We'll also look at that. This one we found not last time, but the time before, and I was in love with this thing. This is on Lake Superior, up by Whitefish Point, up by kind of where the Edmund Fitzgerald sank. Um, just a pretty rock, and it's got something in there, right there. Looks like a shell, but it's still really neat. So we'll look at that one close up too. Uh, this one's kind of coral fossil. There's all kinds of little hidden stuff in there. And I was freaked out because I don't like things that are alive at all. It's not a it's not a pistachio. I think it's a shell. I could see how you would see pistachio though. But yeah, it's a little shell. I don't like things that are alive, so I let this one sit out in the sun for quite a while before I played with it because I didn't want anything coming out at me. Ammonite, another one that I purchased because we don't have any or many around here. And that's what they look like on the outside. So this one's another one I found up north. Just has a lot of quartz in it, a lot of pretty lines, that kind of stuff. Is it bone? The ammonite? This one? You're going with pistachio. No, this one's rock. So it's just a really it's a fossilized rock. So it's decay. It's the decay and the sediment of the rock. So the bones were in there at one point and they break down. Very nice. These ones are the last time we went up. There's a ton of little fun features in these. The one with the critter in it. I have no clue. I have no idea what this one is. It's not brittle. Like it's very very rock feeling. Um, I would imagine it's probably some calcium or something like that. So these are the sand all over this one. So these ones have all kinds of fun little stuff that I want to take a closer look at with the. Again, this is I love this kind of quartz like stuff. The stuff with the really pretty veins in it. So no, about the same, man bun. So here's some more of that shale rock that we We got out of Superior. And one more last piece. So, as you can see, there's a big guy there. There's all kinds of stuff in there. So, lick it. I licked the rock earlier. You missed it. I licked the Petoskey stone. So, this is if you go rock hunting up by Whitefish Point, you see a lot of rocks that have kind of these dual colors, and the the camera really doesn't do much good for it, but it's a really pretty pink and blue rock. Um, and it seems like it's cracked there. It's smooth, like there's not an indentation. These rocks all found on one of the Great Lakes. Pulling up right now. Ah! Oh, I do have one of those Charlotte Boy stones. I'm gonna hold you to that, dog mom. Anyways, uh, so this is just so this is just kind of a sampling of what what kind of things you can find on Lake Michigan or Lake Superior or smack my camera or Lake Huron or so you get a lot of these reds. So this is one of those rocks where they were talking about where it's a bunch of different things in one, and as you can see, there's a lot of different things inside this rock. So there's a lot of different minerals and stuff. So I miss back. Uh, very mountainous region, but the surrounding area of Phelps looks good. There's so if you go up in that Copper Harbor area, there is they call them the Porcupine Mountains. They're definitely not mountains, but uh, there's some features out there. There's just not any geological activity. There, I licked it, so you can see the difference. Like when polished, if I ever get around to it, they look really pretty. So they really bring out the color. Should have grabbed a bucket of water or something. But we have all kinds like that, like different colors, different. Mine for opals would be cool. So again, you can't tell much from this side, but that's that's really what we're getting. Is that just really pretty? I did spit on it. What do you think that water is? Spit. I licked it. Again, a heavy quartz one. Um, got some rings in it, but then when I lick it, You see the greens and the kind of the deep peaches. Granite. There you go. So you see all that nice coloring. Then we have little guys like this where who the hell knows, but it looks pretty. I think this one's an agate. Superior agate. They have kind of like a waxy look to them, but as you can see, this one's very much like that. So it's got those rings. And we have just regular rocks like this that are just pretty. There's another one. It doesn't look like much there, but yes, I do. It's just time, amazing disgrace. Um, and I don't want to listen to it. And you have to run them for months. So, like this one, you got that real deep green vein in the middle of it. Like it looks, just looks really cool. There's another one that's really waxy looking, very agate. I'm not going to go through all of these. Same thing. You have that green, and I'd actually like to know what is in these because there's a lot of them like this with the pink, and then it's loud. It takes many weeks per sand grade. Yes, yes, it does. They do have speed up methods for sure, but um, and it comes down to time. So there's another one of those waxy superior agates. Pretty. All right, just trying to go through. Another really waxy one. Yeah, the grit is also a pain. So then you have these pretty rocks with they're just there's just a vein like a vein of white down the middle. So it's just amazing how they form. One I was looking at specifically. Where the hell did it go? Oh, it's not that. That one doesn't taste right. Calcite. There you go. I have a Petoskey that isn't tumbled. Won't do it either. So here's another one. It's got those different layers. Um, Here's the other side of it. So, ever do chemical experiments on minerals? Uh, no, I like playing with other stuff. I'll show some of that too. I brought it. So that one's a cool one. It looks very Martian. All kinds of pits. Same thing with ones like these. This is just a bigger version. Kind of the pitted hollow. These ones are much lighter than this one, for example. But no ideas. You can you can submit ideas. So yeah, we have them. I'm just looking through. dropping my rock. It's the same thing. You get kind of that dark, different greens, gradients of greens. Those are pretty ones. This one's one of my favorites. Like, it looks so cool. Like that's not surface level. It's just layers of rock. Like I love the rings in some of them. Yeah, some that dissolve. Yeah, there's a lot of chemistry to them. Like this one. So again, it looks like that. Then if you lick it, it turns very almost like a translucent. So that one's cool. Same thing with one like this. Then there's another one of those Mars looking rocks. And this is one of those. The hell did they call it? Charlevoix stone or Sheboygan stone, one of the other ones. So kind of like the Petoskey, but not quite. So you have much more kind of smaller, scaly look compared to the Petoskey. Oh, yeah. Wait 1 second. I'm gonna put some of these back. I'm talking to you. So basically we don't really do anything super special. You just go out and look through the rocks. Like we go out and we walk. Normally it's up by like Whitefish Point or a place called Grand Marais. Uh, really good rock spot. Or we'll go to pretty much anywhere on Superior, all the way over to kind of Munising, that kind of area. And we really just okay, silly here. I wear gloves while licking rocks. Yes. I just don't like touching things. I'm not like a germaphobe. I just really don't like touching things. Randomly. I found this rock too. It's so cool. It's the most random freaking rock ever. I don't remember where we found it. But this one looks really, it's just really cool. Again, yeah, I know they're not meteorites. I have some meteorites. I don't have any of them out, but I have some. And one we found in Arizona. That was a lot of fun. Also, because it's always fun. Erosion is a cool thing. I feel mutant power awakening. Maybe amazing disgrace. We'll get to that. So I can't show off my rocks without showing off my other rocks. So um, here's holmium. We'll look at some of these under the kind of microscope. So holmium metal. Yes, some of these are very radioactive, but it's fine. Here's hafnium. So hafnium is radioactive. No crack rock. Antimony. I love antimony. It's so cool. It's like a silvery. I won't lick antimony. Americium. Also radioactive. Europium. Not radioactive, but it glows. But it's not going to glow because it's not dark enough. But phosphorescent. Platinum. Cesium 137. Very small amount. Wolfenite I've ever seen belongs in a museum. What's wolfenite look like? I've heard of it. I just don't remember it offhand. And everybody's favorite, uranium. So that's uranium. Also won't lick this. And it's uranium. Maybe we'll take some of this out and look through it. Well, it probably won't work. Because it messes with cameras. Yes. Cesium's fun stuff. All right. So, wolfenite. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to DC this camera. And I'm going to bring up a different camera. So that we can see closer. If it works. Please hope it works. It is highly reactive. Their chat, Jacob. You know this, buddy. No device information currently for this set. Yes, there is. Don't lie. The shit are you talking about? It's right here. I can see it. This may not work. Sometimes it hates me. Device. Parameters incorrect. I know the parameters incorrect because I want this one. Use new camera. I apologize. I'm trying to. This is what I was doing earlier. Is trying to screw with this because it hates me. Oh, are we gonna go now? We have like half of it. Thanks for bearing with me, chat. I'm working on it. Yes, that's what I want. 40 shots per minute, the resolution. We have format. Apply. Okay, let's try and restart it because it doesn't like me. There we go. Sometimes restarting it. Always. Yes. Yes, it will. It certainly will. Okay. Now I think we got it working. So let's hope for the best. I don't like to know what I'm doing until I'm naked, or unless I'm naked. Okay, so this is going to be kind of terrible for a second. Give it a second to kind of stabilize. How are you, chat? Hope everybody's doing well. It's still freaking out. What the hell is wrong with you? Yeah, why are you wearing clothes for my stream, Jacob? You know better. Okay, look away. Nope, still not ready yet. Give it a second. It did this to me the other day too. It did not want to work. So we'll try and start it one more time. Okay, now it's running just fine. Now do that and don't move. Let's put it over here, see if that helps it stabilize. That does. Look at me. Oh, my epilepsy. I know. I said look away. Okay, so now we have the closer view. And we'll just stabilize it. Does anybody know what this is? Look at the trap right. Chat, does anybody know what this is? Skin. Skin. That's as much as I can enhance. It's not a great system, but it does. It sees closer than the eye. This is my Pokemon mat that I have. So this is a very dirty diamond. Hey, Barb. You see a lot of the plastics on there too, but it's a very small, very dirty diamond. It does need a clean. Well, I just dumped a bunch of dirt on it, so that's what a diamond looks up like up close. And this is it's a teeny tiny piece of gold. The gold always looks cool. This is the copper coin that I showed you earlier. Looking for a good spot. Dirty need to be sent to its room. Yes. So that's the copper coin, and that's what the strikes look like when um they're not perfect. They have you mean chocolate, Ozzy? So you'll see, and the surface is a little dirty, but yeah, you can see the impurities. Here's antimony. We're probably not going to see anything because the vial's not terribly clean. We can see a little bit. I can pull some antimony. Don't look. Oh, shit. Well, now we have some dust. I actually don't have gallium. So that's antimony. That's a soft, or it's a very shiny metallic stuff. Looks pretty freaking cool. But I have antimony all over my desk. This is a Pokemon mat with antimony on it. Here's europium, and again, we're gonna get a lot of interference from the packaging. But you can see all the scratches on the packaging and stuff like that. Um, Gallium is fun to put on aluminum, for sure. Here's platinum. Again, we're not going to see a ton because the vial is not going to be. But there's your platinum up close. I'm not opening it. Only. But we can look through and see. Yeah, that's what I thought. Holmium's very much like antimony, though. I think that's all the fun stuff. Oh, uranium. Where the hell's my uranium? Rock. As fun as getting pop rocks to babies? Yes. It kind of eats it and weakens the hell out of the aluminum. So here is a this is uranium close up. Can't really tell much. And it doesn't always provide such a clear picture. You can't with chat today. I thought they've been okay. It's because Aussie's here. So we'll start looking at some of these rocks now. So look at this is that fossilized rock, the gray one. As you can see, kind of the rings and the fossil from the creature. Nothing spectacular. No, that's not the pistachio one. Here's the Alaska rock with all that fun shiny metal on it. There's so many different depths to this one. This one's going to be difficult. Here's the other side of that. It's cool looking. So pretty. What did I? Here's just one of the. This is the big rock with the kind of the white vein of stuff through it. As you can see, there's all kinds of little pieces of stuff in the rock itself. It just looks neat. It looks neat to have it up that close. You can see the pits and cavities and all that kind of stuff in it. What other ones do we have? Blue rock. That very blue looking one. Looks like string. There's string on it. Yeah, we have a kind of looks like a mini mountaintop. So there's all that cool stuff and wet it, lick it, make it more shiny. I have antimony all over my hands. I'm not licking anything else. So this is an ammonite. So this one should be a lot more. You can see kind of the crystallized bits. This one's much flatter, so we can move around it without being too ridiculous. But so this is that spiral ammonite one. As you can see, the bands kind of going through there. But really cool. We can go out to the outside. It does look very lunar. So there's that. The outline of the fossil. So there's that crack that kind of separates it from the rest of the rock. Yeah, that one. And then, so this is the pistachio rock. And this is our pistachio. See, I told you it's a shell. It's a shell. But if we look at another just random spot in this one, we see all these little crystals, and we see different green and different colored rocks. But and these aren't like things that these are all part of the rock. So even if I shake it, it's not gonna fall off. Like maybe some of it, but yeah. It looks like there's just a kind of a pile of salt on top of it, and it's not. It's all embedded in the rock. If we look at like through one of these holes down here, you can see. So this is inside. I know you can't see, but I can show you the outline. This is the inside of one of those little holes on the back. So here we go. Same thing, kind of. Just really neat looking. And then again, just another random spot. And again, there's just so much going on this little coral guy. I call it a coral guy. I think it's more of a rock than a coral, but it almost looks like a face. But neat. We'll go through a couple of. So this is that Charlevoix stone, the not the Petoskey, but the other one. We can see it's much rougher than it looks. That's kind of on that side. Rough and crystalline. So that's the one with the hallmarks. This is the Petoskey stone. So the Michigan stone. And oh yeah, you can see the little hexagonal pattern there. You can also see the wear pattern, kind of the other side, because that's a little bit more defined. And we got the same thing. Like it feels like a very smooth rock, but it is certainly rough. And that's the dividing line. Let me get it. There we go. It does look like a frozen lake. Like it's just neat to see what we don't always get to see, you know. Just this one's one of those agate ones, the very waxy looking rock. And that's a patch on the waxy looking rock. There's our transition, and you can kind of see the deposit vein right in there. There is a quantum universe in there. There's so much more to the world than we know or see every day. It's crazy. This is a bigger one. Um, it has some pitting on it, but it's not nearly as bad as it shows up. Like I thought that was really cool. Pepper's Farm remembers. Pretty. All of them. I'm just going through some of the ones that this is that other one. This one, same thing. Just a lot of different minerals and different things in there. Oh, that's really cool. Where the two colors come together. And this is why I wish I had both cameras, because this isn't hyper noticeable from the outside, the kind of change in everything. And we're at about 700x, so 700 times closer than the human eye. So, and it varies a little bit based on where the surface is at, but generally about 700x. This is a little guy. This was that deep kind of purple or excuse me, pink and blue rock. And again, you just see that super quartzy look. And this one is probably the smoothest rock that I have. Like this one feels incredibly smooth. This one, on the other hand, is definitely more ridged and a lot more junk in it. This one's another super smooth one. Um, but again, you can see how rough the surface actually is. This one really looks like snow. There's just little pockets of stuff in there. This is the one that when I licked it, it looked really translucent. You could almost see through it. It almost appeared that you could see through it. And that's probably what this stuff on top is. And just randomly, you just have that little. That one. Let me rearrange it. Big rock. Like, oh, okay. So these are the ones that I got the last time, and I really wanted to take a look at and see what some of this stuff is. So then we have this little guy. Again, just looks like kind of a deposit. It doesn't look like there's any fossilized to it. I think there's something under there though. Here's some more where yep, I'm not paying attention to chat anymore. There's some really cool stuff going through that way too. I don't see anything that's like hyper fossil, but there definitely is stuff in there. It very well could be petrified pterodactyl poop. There was one because I got a bunch of this uh, that shale, and it almost looks better from a distance. Close isn't doing it much justice, but so this is a very noticeable spot. But again, almost too close to really see much. But there's quite a bit of the deposit, so it has to be something. A little bit of something in there too. So, this is the other side. There isn't much. There isn't much that you can see from the other side. It's just kind of that sandstone type look. But yeah, so that is. Oh, here we'll end off with this uranium glass stuff because I wanted to look at this under a microscope. But yeah, just very pitted. Not terribly smooth. Just little bits, through it. So really neat. Looks like a bouncy ball from the arcade. Yeah, it does. And then just some. Okay, so like this is a golf ball I just have on my desk. Hang on, I'm gonna have to figure it out. So that's the ridge on a golf ball. So just kind of get an idea of normal stuff. Uh, Here's a knife. So a newer, fairly sharp knife. And that's what the edge looks like. Because even close to perfect to our eyes is very, very imperfect. I think that's what the edge of the blade looks like. Kind of crazy. Not a serrated knife. A parallel. Here's a. No, I'm just playing. So here's a an exacto knife, and you can see everybody knows how sharp they are. But that's the oil that they put on the edge to keep them that sharp. Shit, now I can't look at it. There we go. The oil that they put on the edge, and that's, I mean, they're not as smooth and, like I said, this is an exacto knife. So they're not as smooth as you think. They're barely pitted out and, you know, not perfect. It's not dried blood. That's my other exacto knife that ripped through my hand. What else do I have? Close. Pencil. That's a graphite, and there's the wood in your pencil. So really cool. So again, that's the graphite to the pencil. Yep, pencil wood. Can we get a clean what? A clean knife? That is a clean knife. See if it'll actually look. That's my skin. Weird as shit. Let's see if I can get a finger. Nope, I won't do a finger. Let me see if I can do my hand. That's my hand. So cool. Oh, yeah. Nothing really. But yeah, I can't get a finger. The light, there's too much light. Maybe that finger. Yeah, let me try and reduce the light. Sometimes that helps. Nope, it's not going to do it. See if I can't do my thumb. Nah, I don't think it's going to happen. It just doesn't have enough to focus on. Try my arm. No, I'm just playing. There we go. Hang on. Okay, now it's going to get pissy. Yes, you want to quit. All right. Muppets are underrated. Going through everything, make sure I didn't miss nothing. Why not? Hang on, I'm checking Rumble. Say, the way I had to have the screen up, I couldn't check Rumble actively, so sorry, Rumble. Shit. No more close up. No, you didn't. What? Yeah, don't do that. Don't restrain yourself. All right, let me check Rumble and then we'll sign off for the night. Uh, yeah, no chats from Rumble, so perfect. All right, well, that is going to be it from me this evening. What's up, Josh Chandler? If you're into rocks, buddy, go back and look. We just did a deep dive and some uh, magnification of some rocks to see the surfaces and that kind of stuff. Went through some history of Michigan rocks, blah blah blah. So that's your kind of thing. Go hit it real quick. But yeah, I am going to sign off for the night. No show tomorrow. Thursday we will go news. Catch up on everything that's happened. This crazy, crazy world. And yeah, Friday I'll be finishing up the Lego firefighting plane. I want to do it so bad right now, so bad. Um, but I'm holding off. So, but all right. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and thank you as always to Brian. Go check out Brian for the outro music. Have a good night, y'all. See you soon.